Hi everybody, Matt back with you, hope you're okay. Today I'm in Blackburn, and something a bit different. I'm searching for a giant. Frederick Kempster was born in Bayswater in London, April 13th, 1889. He was one of 8 children. At 8 years old, his father passed away. Unable to look after the children, Fred and his brother George were handed to Dr Barnardo's by his mother. At the age of 10, he sailed across to Canada to work there and worked on a farm for 5 years, returning in 1904 at the age of 15. Fred was no longer able to work on the farm due to some issues he was having with his knees, and he came back to the UK to have some operations on them. However, he was also at this point showing the signs of gigantism, and at 21 years of age he'd reached 7 foot tall. Fred would eventually reach the height of 7'9" and even had an 8-foot arm span, and was certainly one of the tallest men to ever live. Realising that he could make some money, he joined a travelling circus. Sometimes that circus would exaggerate his height, saying he was 8'2" or even higher. This meant, as he toured the country, he became subject to newspaper articles, and even Barnardo's themselves printed some postcards. His return to the UK, his newfound fame, and the fact he was making some money also meant that he rejoined his mother. In 1914, the circus went on a world tour. However, just as war broke, Fred found himself in Berlin, and as an Englishman, he was placed under arrest. However, thankfully he was allowed to return just a month later. Whilst back travelling in the UK, he came to visit his brother, who had fallen ill, and whilst he was in Blackburn, he actually contracted pneumonia, and sometime later passed away in the hospital, aged 29, in 1918. And although not from Blackburn, he did spend his last year there, hence the name, the Blackburn Giant. So here we are at Blackburn Cemetery, and look at this, we've immediately found the Giant's Trail, and there's some info here on Frederick Kempster, so we need to be here. So a friend of mine has done a few different stories looking at the lives of other people who are buried here in Blackburn Cemetery, as well as stories from this area. I'm not quite from here, so if you're interested in that, the channel is called Days of Horror, and you'll find a few of the stories, as I say, of people buried here and around this area from the dark and distant past. This is extraordinary, isn't it? I mean, look at this one. This would have been flat at one point, and the tree has grown and grown and pushed the gravestone up with it. Amazing. How do you fix that? For any fans of the Blackburn Football Club, you might find this grave of interest. Where is our giant? Here, I guess. Wow. I mean, it's amazing, isn't it? Look at the size of it. 10 foot long. So this is the grave of Frederick Kempster, the British giant, or the Blackburn giant. It's 10 feet long, and his coffin was apparently 9 foot long, and they struggled to get it in, surprisingly. I don't really think I can do it justice, the size of this. I've never seen anything like this. There we are. Memory of Frederick John Kempster, the British giant. Definitely not forgotten. So there we go. The grave of the British giant. In a house clearing in Clitheroe in the 1970s, they discovered a pair of Fred Kempster's long johns, as well as some newspaper clippings and articles. In 2012, the long johns went up for auction and actually sold for £550. It's amazing to think that's nearly a century after Fred passed away. So that's the end of our story on Frederick Kempster, the British giant of Blackburn. So I hope you've enjoyed this one, guys, and we'll see you very soon for the next video. Take care.